Stop.
Like, oh,
you don't not tell me how to do my job.
Just you be like, oh, you grab my arm too tight.
Guys, relax.
Arm too tight. All I said, grab me. Look how you grabbing me up.
Today's courtroom showdown is anything but ordinary. A man named Mr. Thurman stands accused of armed robbery in Michigan, but this case is about far more than just past crimes. With a record that includes lifetime probation, multiple curfew violations, and an explosive accusation involving a gun pointed at children, the stakes couldn't be higher. As Judge Boyd tries to determine whether Mr. Thurman is a flight risk or a danger to society, tensions explode literally. You'll see legal technicalities challenged, courtroom decorum shattered, and a man desperately trying to prove he's not the villain everyone thinks he is. Is he a misunderstood man trying to rebuild or a ticking time bomb hiding behind excuses? Judge Boyd isn't convinced, and by the end of this hearing, neither might you. Stick around, because what starts as a legal debate ends with shouting, arm-grabbing, and a judge who says flat out, "You scare me, man. Let's break this down."
I've never met you before. I don't know you. All I know is that you have picked up a case from out of state. And well, give me a second, and I will let you. But, here, so we're not disputing the underlying charge. We're not fighting it. None of that matters. What we really here are all about is identity, right? Are you this person? If so, how do we get you back to the jurisdiction that you're wanted from? So here it says that you are wanted from Michigan, Washtenaw, Michigan.
Washtenaw County, yes.
Yeah, Washtenaw County. And it says here that you're wanted out of there for armed robbery. So I know that you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods. It's not that big of a deal, yada, yada, yada. But my primary concern is public safety. We have enough death, dismemberment, and hysteria in Harris County as it is. And I don't want any more blood on my hands. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Shh. So your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond. And I don't know, because if you're a public danger, I'm going to have a hard time doing it. Right?
Understandable, Your Honor.
Oh, Miss Chisholm's not even here.
She just jumped off because she was just up there.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Your lawyer's not here.
Okay.
So until your lawyer gets back, I'm not going to let you go. I'm going to bring you back out, but your lawyer's not here. I can't talk to you without your lawyer here.
Pause. Here Judge Boyd just exercised a core courtroom principle, the Sixth Amendment right to counsel. Thurman wants to speak, but without his attorney present, the judge won't allow ITAN for good reason. Anything said can be used against him. This moment shows Judge Boyd drawing a clear legal boundary, protecting not just the court's integrity, but Thurman's rights as well. Here's a question for you, the viewer. If you were in this situation, would you speak up without your lawyer row wait in silence, knowing your freedom is at stake? Let us know in the comments.
So I'll bring you back out here as soon as she gets back, and then we'll go right through the rigmarole again. Okay? Sorry. I didn't even realize she's not here. Mr. Thurman, you're back. Okay. So I told you before, two of my main concerns are, or my two main concerns are, number one, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction where you're wanted from? And number two, most importantly, are you a danger to my public? I take public, safety. It's as important as my hair. You know what I mean? It's that important, right? Because I don't want anything to happen out there with my name attached to a bond. I try everything in my power to ensure that everybody's protected. And I see that you're wanted for a really serious case. It's an armed robbery, right? I mean, that's what you're wanted for. There's no denying it. That's what it says on the paperwork.
He's on lifetime probation in Michigan.
Lifetime? There's such a thing as lifetime probation?
There is.
Yes.
Whoa.
So that case, well, I'll let you do the talking.
No, he did his time and he got out, and lifetime probation.
Wait, did you catch that? Lifetime probation. That's extremely rare and typically reserved for the most serious crimes. It means Thurman will be under constant court supervision for the rest of his life. But here's the twist. Even with this weight over his head, he's facing more charges, including aggravated assault. So ask yourself, how does someone with lifetime probation still end up in more legal trouble? Is it poor judgment, systemic failure, or both? Judge Boyd's concern is growing. and you can feel the shift in tone.
Out of Michigan. So that's what's happened. I believe it got.
How on what would, aside from like a murder case,
So he was
what
charged
would
with
garner?
murder twice, along with 2 armed robberies.
I wasn't charged twice for no murder.
It just shows up.
It just shows up
Oh, I
twice.
was about to say, I wasn't charged
Murder
twice.
along with armed robbery or aggravated robbery in our jurisdiction. He's placed on probation. Since that time, he's been charged in our jurisdiction with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and felon possession of a weapon. In those, he had bond conditions when it started off, where he was ordered to have a GPS monitor. He has had multiple curfew violations on top of that noted. And so I do believe he's a safety risk, because even with literally an ankle monitor, he doesn't follow court conditions. And so I believe he is a safety and flight risk. And the fact that there was a weapon involved with multiple witnesses, some of them children, him threatening to murder them, is that I would be opposed to a bond being set. Also, it should be noted that because of the way the probation was transferred, I can't confirm, so I can't approach on it yet. But from what I see on the system is that he moved the probation to Texas, which means there's an ICA. But I don't have the documents, which is why I can't present them. If there's an ICA hold, he is ineligible for a bond, because that's an ICA hold. I don't have it, which is why I can't say. But if I get the documents.
Interstate compact agreement.
I understand. May I speak, Your Honor? Of course. Okay. After we talking about the probation, I'm at the probation, the GPS curfew wise, my judge knows all that was going on. So he knows every information and why I've been late. I have evidence of why I'm late. So he knows everything that's going on with my GPS.
You're not supposed to be late.
He knows why though. So
I understand.
That's why he overlooked. He said, okay, it's fine. So he said it was fine.
Quick question, is it a motion to adjudicate?
Well, no, it's still an open case. It's not under probation, but you're just asking if they do a bond violation report. They did on November 1st.
This is where it gets serious. The prosecution lays out multiple violations, ankle monitor issues, curfew breaches, even an alleged threat involving children. These aren't minor infractions. They paint a picture of someone who, despite being given second chances, continues to cross legal lines. Now the stakes aren't just about getting out on bond, they're about public safety. What would you do if you were the judge in this moment? Is there any bond amount that would make you feel safe? Comment below.
2024, they filed a motion to revoke.
Oh, so it's recent.
It's very recent.
So they've not
this month.
heard, okay, and then so there's not been a hearing on that yet, right?
No, but that's even after they amended the order. Also, he has further bond violation reports on December 18, 2023, another one on November 28, 2023, and that's after they amended it twice. One moment. So he seems to be agreeing with this. So the fact that he has 3 violations on top of having lifetime probation and a possible ICA, obviously, I'm still opposed for him.
Why are you on lifetime probation?
That's the way they set it up as. I took the plea deal.
What are you on probation for?
The armed robbery conspiracy committing armed robbery. I did 5.5 years. Came home off lifetime probation. And to continue what I would say, so I'm a threat to, a flight risk. I can't be a flight risk. Every court that they set, I came every single time. Every court that Michigan have set, I flew out there every single time. I knew I was getting locked up Monday. They told me that Thursday. I still showed up to court and got locked up. So there's no flight risk in this whatsoever if I've been showing up every single time.
And you may be showing up, but.
Boom, Judge Boyd delivers a gut punch. Thurman insists he's been compliant, but the judge isn't buying it. This is so much deeper than showing up for court. It's about how you show up. Violating curfews, ignoring GPS rules, those are choices, and in the eyes of the court, those choices scream unreliable. Judge Boyd's patience is cracking, and honestly, so is ours. At what point does giving someone another chance become too risky?
At the end of the day, you continue to do what you want to do without regard to bond conditions.
And what do you mean by that, Your Honor?
Meaning that they put you a GPS monitor, and they give you a curfew.
Yes.
And you don't abide by the curfew.
I was working, Your Honor. That's why the judge has extended, because they had my probation curfew time I forgot what time they had as, but I had started my new job because I came, got locked up, lost my other job. He said, okay, the violation he's talking about, I came into court and talked to the judge, and he extended my curfew. He was like, okay, you've been working. I said, yes, I have documentation of new work. So I'll show all my documentation, and he said, okay. So the stuff he's mentioning violations for, they already been taken care of. So he's not stating that either. He said 2023 is, obviously I'm still free, right or wrong. I'm still free. That means he's seen all the paperwork. I came with legit paperwork.
And that's kind of where I was coming from at it. If it's a lifetime probation and it's curfew violations that he's still out, my speculation would be that he was able to make an explanation to the judge, and that's why he's not been revoked. So he's still here. As to the underlying charge, it's still a charge and that's what it is. Like he said, he turned himself in on Thursday knowing that he was gonna get arrested and held. And so I'm sure that Michigan it's a probation violation because of the underlying charges. And plus, that's where that MRP is probably coming from. I believe he's proven time and time again that he's gone to Michigan, taking care of what he needs to take care of, and he will still be here he's been on bond on the underlying case for about a year. Your Honor, he's not been locked up this whole time up until this recent arrest. So, and at this point in time, this is really just for if since we don't have proof of an ICA, if the judge is willing to set a bond, how much that would be, if there's a willingness to set a bond.
Let me read this to you.
Yes, Judge.
Texas Code of Criminal Procedure 17.03. NLR, out of state Michigan, armed robbery, armed robbery with a conspiracy, 2021. Probation transferred to Texas 3/20/21. Concurrently charged with murder, which was dismissed. No holds. Defendant is not indigent and defendant is alleged to have gone to complaining witness's home and pointed a gun at complaining witness and complaining witness's 3 children because one of the complaining witness's children was involved in a dispute with defendant's sister at the child's school. Defendant threatened to kill, quote unquote, everyone in the home. Defendant then left complaining witness's home and came back with defendant's father, both ready to fight complaining witness and complaining witness's wife. That's the aggravated assault that we have now. So, knowing that you're on lifetime probation for a very serious case, you know that you're supposed to be out there with a halo over your head. And yet you pick up an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon where allegedly a gun is pointed at kids. I mean, the way your mannerisms.
I would say something, Your Honor, that's why.
But don't, though. You have this open case.
Understandable.
Everything they can say, they can use it against you. My concern is public safety, man. And you got to understand that I don't know if you're guilty of this offense or not, but the problem is bad stuff keeps happening to you for some reason. It's like sometimes people are their own worst enemy. They get out and then something happens and then they just end up picking up another charge. It's like a cold. You pick up another charge, you pick up another charge here, you pick up another charge there, you don't follow bond conditions here. Mr. Thurman, you scare me, man.
That statement changes everything. When a judge looks a defendant in the eye and says, "You scare me," that's no longer legal debate, that's personal fear. For a year, Thurman's been out on bond, but the emotional weight of his charges is now visibly impacting the courtroom. The judge isn't just worried about policy, he's worried about people getting hurt. Here's a raw moment that reveals the reality of bond decisions. They're not just legal, they're moral. Would you risk public safety if your gut said no?
Yeah, scare you, Your Honor?
Yeah.
And I've been out for a whole year since this case happened, and this is my first time being into this courtroom again, and you're fearful whose safety if I've been doing nothing but right and working.
That's not true.
That has been true. I've been out for a year on bond and have not been into this no courtroom, but in Orange Jumpsuit, I should say. Your courtroom, anybody's
You want
courtroom.
me to reward you for being
I'm saying, but you say you're in
person?
fear. You say you're in fear for safety. That's what I'm saying. Like, who are you in fear of? I have not been into any trouble whatsoever. I've been squeaky clean. Just I bonded out.
And Your Honor, to
You
your,
don't get rewarded for being a good person out there. You know what I mean?
I
You're
understand
supposed to be like that anyways.
I understand that wholeheartedly, Your Honor. I'm just saying, when you say you fear, and I'm saying, how are you in fear if I've not been doing anything? That's showing you, that should show you some type of sign, like, okay, he's not been doing anything wrong. So where is the fear come to play? That's what I'm asking you.
The fear is really because, when people come here, it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, rainbows, gumdrops. And then when they get out there, they turn into different people. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. And I don't want that. Like, I don't want someone out there to suffer because we let you out. I let you bond out. You've got an armed robbery, you've got an ag assault. You continue to violate conditions on those bond, right? That shows me that you're not willing to abide by bond. I mean, quite frankly, you're lucky to even be out on those charges with the ankle monitor, and you continue to violate.
In your honor, you keep saying violate, like if I was in violations they have on file, by the way. Those have been taken care of. Once again, you keep on saying violations, but they took care of. The felony court judge seeing I have proven, what's the word I'm looking for? Just proven, facts that this is why I'm late. I have a new job. I got fired because I got arrested from the other job. So I started a new job. For me having a felony in my position, and just call it what it is, a young Black man with a felony, it's hard for me to get a job anywhere. So the jobs I do get, I take up on those. So it's hard. Any shift they open up for me, I'm going to take it and show my work ethic to them. So I let the judge know that. He sees that. He understands, like, okay, that's why you keep on bringing up violations. I have to work. I have to eat. I have to have a house to live in, like anybody else here. So you keep on bringing that up. I'll keep saying, I already talked to the judge about it. He granted it already. He let it go. That's why I'm still free to this day. Well, was free to this day. And you keep bringing that up.
Thurman's frustration boils over, and for the first time, you might feel a twinge of sympathy. He's pleading his case, explaining job struggles, and pointing out that some judges accepted his explanations. But as powerful as his words are, the court doesn't run on emotion, it runs on documentation. What this moment shows is the gap between personal experience and legal expectations. So tell us, is Thurman making excuses or exposing a system that's too rigid to allow redemption?
You said threat to your fear, which is understandable. Everybody gonna have fear, but I have not been into any trouble. I've been working. I've been working for a whole year. I've been on my P's and Q's. And like you say, the police report that you're reading, sir, the case is still open, so I can't really speak on it. I'm pretty say much, but it's a lot more to what you're just reading on that police report. It's always gonna be video cameras and house ring cameras, body footage. It's gonna be a lot more other things that you're not gonna be able to read off a police report, which is understandable.
Just too much blood, Mr. Thurman. I'm sorry. I can't set you on. It's just too much. I'm sorry. Hey, this isn't.
Do not walk away.
This isn't.
I said, okay, it's fine.
Really. I understand that you're hurt, Mr. Thurman, but look.
I've been doing my best, Sean. And y'all sit here telling me I'm the bad guy, and I've been doing nothing but my best of my abilities, working, staying out of trouble. And you're a threat, and I'm a threat to society. Really? For a whole year I've been out, and they just not issue a warrant for me just now recently, and I come to turn myself in, and I'm a threat to society. And people, you fear me for what? From turning myself in and show you that I'm not running for nothing. I'm not running for anything. I'm innocent, and I'm coming to show you I'm innocent by turning myself in. But y'all are a threat. You can let go of me, sir.
Stop.
You can let go of me.
You don't not tell me how to do my job.
Just you can let go of me. Grab my arm too tight.
Guys, relax.
I'm too tight. All I said, grab me. Look how you grabbing me up.
Back up.
Look how they grabbed me. I said, you let me go a little bit.
You gotta calm down.
I'm calm. I just asked him a question. I asked him why she let me go a little bit, sir. That's all I said.
Open the door.
So where do we land? A man on lifetime probation, facing serious charges, with a mixed track record of compliance and a courtroom that ultimately says, no bond. Judge Boyd's decision wasn't just based on past crimes, it was about pattern, risk, and the undeniable weight of public safety. No matter how passionately Thurman argued, the facts were too heavy. This case shows how trust, once broken in the legal system, is incredibly hard to earn back. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. We're just getting started.
All I said, when you make somebody cuss you out or anything. You said I'm a hard type, you mess it up. You know what I'm saying?
So he already waived, so if
He
he
did.
just holds it, then it.
Just, yeah, I
Yeah,
can't.
I'll go talk to him, but once again, Judge, understandably, I think I know that he's frustrated, I believe.
I understand. I get it. And I would be too, but I can't. That's just too much blood. It's too much.
It looked like there was.
Even, what I'm going to tell you, even if he didn't have those bond violations, I'd still be very hard pressed to even,
No, and I was curious because when she brought it up, it was a little bit older, and so I was wondering why.
Do you know, are they gonna come get him?
Oh, they're gonna get him. I was trying to figure out why now, and they were just having back and forth.
But here's the problem. So he hasn't made bond on those cases. So we're sitting anyways.
Yeah,
He has not?
No.
He said he did.
No, he's not made bond on those cases. He's
He's been
basically,
in jail for a year?
no.
he may have, but they revoked the bond.
Ah,
Yes.
So he's sitting there and
There you go.
I didn't have the heart to tell him right now that the 14 days is not gonna apply.
Yeah.
Because
I gotta do that.
you,
I'm just kidding.
Well,
really,
I would
I
imagine-
it's
will.
just-
I'll let him know.
I would imagine it's gonna get resolved because it's one of those. It's a bizarre. So we revoked. Harris County revoked because Michigan revoked because it was charged with the ag assault. So it's a chain of events because the only thing the court sees is that they revoked
So-
on the probation, which was caused. by
please let him
race.
know that the 14 days hasn't kicked in and it will not.
It will not kick in.
Resolves.
Right.
And either he resolves the cases.
So which
Okay.
one does he need to resolve first in order for,
Well, for the felon possession of the weapon, there's, hold on, I don't want to.
Is there an offer?
No, it's going to trial. That's why it's been reset out. It's been separate jury trial at least
four
Really?
times?
4 times.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
5 times, Judge.
Next time is January 6th, 2025. But he's held on 55,000 bond for the ag assault and 55,000 for the felon possession. So he has to come up with 110,000 for.
Wait a second. So
So it doesn't matter what you did today.
can't,
Right.
even if I gave him a bond today, he would still have to make those bonds.
110,000.
So my question now is, when did that warrant for the felonies pick? Because he's saying he's been out for a year ever since this
I'll
ag
explain
assault got picked up.
I show a remand defendant custody on November 18th, but I don't know what the previous.
So the only reason why his felony bonds got revoked was because Michigan
Well,
revoked.
I should
Oh,
say
no,
only.
it doesn't, but we don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't, there's no notes that reflect why they revoked the bond. It just says court directive remand defendant to custody. Let me see if they give an explanation. Hold on.
Okay,